Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to our Unity of Command 2 Moscow 41 Let's Play series. This is a DLC which looks at the Soviet winter counteroffensives of 41 to 42, but what I wanted to talk about first, as you can guess from the title, is Unity of Command 2 has announced a new DLC. So the most recent DLC is this Moscow DLC, which allows you to play as the Soviets in front of Moscow during the Soviet counteroffensive in the winter of 41. Just the other day, Unity of Command 2, the developers announced a new DLC, which will be the next one. They've done a couple of DLCs so far. They've done Blitzkrieg, they have done Barbarossa, Moscow, and now we're going to have the next one, which is Stalingrad, which is pretty cool because the original Unity of Command 1, originated with the Stalingrad campaign, and so the series is coming full circle to return to the Stalingrad campaign. Unity of Command 2 Stalingrad will include a 15 scenario historical scenario covering the German Fall-Blau offensive all the way up to the Soviet counteroffensive and then ending at the Third Battle of Kharkov. In addition to those 15 historical scenarios, however, there is going to be a 9-scenario alternate history branch exploring what if Germany had just really gone all in on the invasion of the Caucasus during Fall-Blau rather than focusing a lot of their effort towards Stalingrad. So punch through the Russian lines, drive to the Volga, but then turn the bulk of your forces south into the Caucasus and make a push for the Soviet oil in that region. What would have happened there? So you've got the 15-turn historical scenario or battle 15 battle historical scenario, but then you also have the scenario of an alternate history sort of what if. And so that's pretty cool. So I assume that means there's like at least 24 scenarios as part of this DLC. It seems like it's going to be much bigger than the Moscow DLC, which feels kind of smaller. I think the Moscow DLC was like 11 or 12 battles. There's going to be new units, obviously, given that this is going to be later in the war on the Eastern Front. So you're going to have Lend-Lease equipment like M3s and Marder tanks. You're also going to have Soviet T-60s. You're going to have Sturm Pioneers. There's going to be some new German units as well, I presume, in sort of the look at the mountain fighting. Soviet T-34-76s, I think, will make their first appearance in the game. German SS Panzer Grenadiers, Italian motorized infantry, and a lot of other things like that. But yeah, that's really all I have to say here. A new DLC. I'm pretty excited to see how it plays out. I think Stalingrad fits the Unity of Command mold a lot better than some of the other more grindy scenarios. And so it'll be interesting to see, you know, with big open fields and massive maneuvers, if they can make the game feel freewheeling and make logistics really feel like a challenge. I think that was the appeal of Unity Command 1. I think Unity of Command 2 at times has lost that. With that being said, guys, let's jump right back into this battle, which is, I think, part number 7 or 8 of our Moscow 41 counteroffensive campaign. And we're about to fight the right hook, driving out of Moscow and trying to cut off German forces near the Rezhev salient or north of Rezhev, and seeing if we can, you know, turn the tide and get into our next conference period. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts below. And without further ado, let's jump in. So quite a few forces are being reconstituted after being lost in previous battles. The 5th, 126th, 50th, 185th, 144th Rifle Divisions, the 17th Cavalry Division, 82nd Motor Rifle Division, 44th Cavalry Division, 18th Cavalry Division, 21st Tank Brigade, 8th Tank Brigade, 9th Guards Rifle Division, and the 146th Tank Brigade. So we're going to have a lot of green troops here. You can see here, presumably, this is the Battle of Attrition directly west of Moscow. And then the objectives here, oh, this is a very small map. This is gonna be a tough fight. I mean, it's saying that there's room to cut the enemy off by driving in here and sort of pinching off their supplies, presumably. But there's a lot of units on this map, but there's not a lot of depth of front, if you will. It's a 13-turn battle. We have 4 objectives. We've already taken one. We've taken Kiln here. Because of our success in previous battles, we get to start off with that objective in our control, and so we have a bridgehead as well over this river with engineers that might be able to push further west. We also have to take Kalinin up here in the north. We have to take Volkozhmov in the south, and then the Volga crossing back down here. So again, a pretty small map, but if we take the Volga crossing, we'll cut off Rezhev. We have one alternate objective, Starisia, which is north of Rezhev. Yeah, it doesn't look like it wants me to fight through Rezhev, though. That part of the map is grayed out. So, what are we going to do here? The Kalinin front. A lot of these troops over here on the left are outside of our... I kind of want to move the headquarters this way. We'll do that. We do have 2 Soviet infantry units in our free replacements, and these guys are just regular troops, so we'll use it on these guys since they have artillery support, so they'll be a strong unit. And then the western headquarters is here. And they have 1 armor, 4 infantry. So these guys are regulars. We'll go ahead and... I can't deploy to them. Well, who gets the armor? Nobody? Nobody gets to draw the armor, huh? What if I click this? Just the mechanized troops. All right, well, they are only at 2 steps anyway, so we might as well reinforce them. Okay, these infantry have just 1 chit of troops, so they were bled down heavily by the last fight. They're only regulars, so we'll go ahead and build them up to full strength. Veterans. Oh, do I really? I have almost no infantry reinforcements. Well, damn, I've got very limited reserves to draw from. We do have quite a bit of prestige we can spend. So I think we're going to build these guys up because they're right on the road to Moscow in front of this German armor. Okay. Code anti-tank. All right, so upgrading some of those guys. I want to spend 25 prestige on Soviet armor steps, but I guess I will. These, oh shit. Undo that. That was more than I wanted to spend there. I just don't like the idea of armored units with just 3 chits, especially like green units. They seem dramatically under strength. But we are spending like all of our prestige here, which is not great. All right, so the main offensive needs to be in toward Kalinin to cut this rail line here and drive west to cut off the German troops to the east and their supplies. So I think what we're going to need to do is spend a little bit of prestige here, building some of these units up. And so I think what we'll do, these guys already have sappers, so that's great. Spend a bunch of prestige getting these guys up to full infantry strength. And then we'll give these guys sappers as well, or do we give them artillery? Towed artillery. It's +3, +5. It's expensive, 50 prestige. All right, we'll do the 203 millimeter. Okay, these guys already have special traits, and I think we'll just spend what's left here on this unit. I think. I wonder if they're going to counterattack toward Kieln. These guys have 76 millimeter artillery, divisional gun. All right, so we'll upgrade the 185th Rifle Division to have a bunch of infantry and then also some T-36 support. And that pretty much spends all my prestige. So any prestige we want to upgrade the units between campaigns, if you will, is going to have to occur based on what we earn here. I am also going to use the cards for artillery preparation and then some additional transport. So I have additional trucks here. All of our troops are currently in supply, so that's good news. These German troops must be dug in because it looks like suicide to attack them. Yeah, any of them. All right, we already used the artillery preparation card, so let's go ahead and bombard. Well, city in ruins, it's not quite what I wanted. Alright, so we used our engineers to breach, killing in. Oh, wow! Our engineer assault pushed the Germans back and we took the city. Well, the first objective has already fallen. So we did turn the city into ruins, and then we took the city, so hopefully it'll be very difficult for them to counterattack. I guess we'll see. We should have towed guns that will support the attack. So now we've taken Kalinin and Kiln. Okay. Let's move our infantry here. We're gonna dig in at Kiln with these sappers. To strengthen our position there against what I presume will be an enemy counterattack. Man, all these German troops, it's like attacking them head on is suicidal. I just want to make sure we don't lose Moscow. Granted, I don't think it matters other than the fact that it matters because it's a supply center. Okay. Nice, that was a very effective artillery bombardment. Swing this cavalry this direction. Mechanized force up here to hit this German mechanized unit in the rear. We'll cross the river with these troops. And wipe out that German mechanized division. Nice. So the bad news is that I don't know that we'll be able to hold here. Good news is we just destroyed a German mechanized force relatively cheaply. I don't want to do that. I don't want those troops to... Okay, so we took some prisoners. We narrowed this front here. A little worried about the Germans counterattacking west to try and get out of this pocket. I don't really want to attack suicidally. But taking Kiln is nice. Don't know that I want to attack these troops. They're cut off here, so I think we can wait. We pushed across the river here. I think I've used all my command points over here. I'd like to dig these guys in. These German troops have a lot of artillery and they could definitely counterattack Torzuk. It's not a major objective, but presumably they're going to be aggressive and have strength driving north. We do get reinforcements on turn 6, but that's still a little ways away. But I really think this campaign is going to be almost entirely about cutting supplies. I don't think there's any way this battle is going to be a push them back frontally scenario. Again, it does suggest that there may be battles of attrition going on in on the Western Army's front, so pushing west perhaps. Could try and cross the river down here and cut the Germans that direction, but I don't have any more points to use to... Ooh. I need more command points is what I need to be able to launch like artillery bombardments and things like that. 2 depot trucks, so let's drop a depot at Torzuk. Keep these guys in supply. And I think that's it. So let's see what the end of the first turn has in store for us. We'll see how aggressive the Germans are going to be. Well, they immediately attack east toward the railway north of Moscow. And they're also attacking in the west near Torzuk. So I guess they're going to be very aggressive as they wipe out that mechanized division. They did pull an armor unit off the front near Moscow, perhaps to fall back on some of the objectives so they don't risk getting this entire armored spearhead cut off, which would make sense. I mean, obviously if they get this whole formation to the east cut off, then I think they're in really rough shape for holding, because I'm assuming that's the vast majority of their armored strength. So we did lose 1 unit. 2 units have supply disrupted. Kalinin troops can go ahead and bombard these guys. Nice. No damage to those troops? Do I want to try and drive south and take this supply depot? I just don't want to risk losing Kalinin. I'm assuming there's German troops here, right? Again, I don't know that it also cuts supply to anybody else. I'll take those troops in. These guys are dug in. So we do lose a lot of our ability there, but we do at least get rid of their entrenchments. So we'll push west toward Volkoslomsk. We have to take that by turn 6. Nice. Very effective bombardment there. Ah, I lost my armored unit there. The armored elements of that. But the goal here is to destroy the German armor. And I think we will manage to do that. Okay, so level up. That unit gains some experience. Drive back that German position there, destroying another German armored division. So this is, I assume, what it's talking about, where it's saying war of attrition in front of Moscow. At this German infantry unit, they seem a little bit exposed. Can I pursue that way? I hate getting rid of my entrenchments there, but the opportunity to potentially cut the German supply line needs to be jumped on. They're going to counterattack this Soviet division here for sure. All right, so we are threatening their rail line to the east to these troops east of Volchnov, or again, I don't know how you pronounce that. Okay. But I don't know that I can do anything else with these lads, these fine lads. Meanwhile, this mechanized division's really cramping my style. Is it worth losing the engineer to attack to reduce this troop potentially and maybe break out to the east? I guess. All right, so we overran that German supply depot there. And then we overran this unit. So we can push south here, take that rail line. There you go. All right, so we did lose one of our engineers, but we cleared the rail line to the west of Kalinin. And now we have troops pushing deep into this sort of western flank of the Germans. Presumably they're going to have to pull some troops back here to guard against this infantry unit just moving in towards Starisia and the flank. I'm assuming they're just going to cut in behind me and cavalry is really useful in these types of scenarios where your troops don't have great roads to move over. But yeah, we're very close to cutting off these three divisions here south of Kalinin, which you could probably do next turn. But their western flank is pretty open. And we're also threatening their armored position here. I don't want to go overly aggressive here, so we'll go ahead and end this turn without like crushing our own forces against that German wall of troops here near Moscow. They did drive back one of our units in front of Kalinin. They also got the overrun so they can attack again if they want to push in. I doubt they will do that, if only because that would push them from a salient to almost encircled. You can see some mechanized troops counterattacking our breakthrough south of Kalinin, as well as some armored units there. And so they will destroy that division, that lead division there. Looks like they're going to try and pull those troops out to the south of Kalinin. At least they moved one of those troops on the bridgehead out. And they're digging the troops in near Moscow, so they're not attacking there at all. Huh. They're very passive on the Moscow front, perhaps on orders from Hitler. In any event, we just finished destroying a German division there. we've now advanced toward Volkischermove, while also cutting off this entire German formation here. I think they'll break out. There's a very tenuous encirclement. Alright, so we have... I think it's safe to say we've broken out near Kalinin. Alright, I've shifted some armor over there. That German armored unit towards Starizia, which we have to take by turn 7. Supply situation here. I'm trying to flank these German troops on this railway. I'm hoping they don't make a play for Torzok. Gonna pull these troops west because these guys are going to be completely suppressed and out of supply next turn. They could potentially advance north, but because they're crossing a river, they could only go 1 hex, whereas they could move west across this bridge more than 1 hex, hence keeping these troops in position here. But we are right near Starizia, our secondary objective, our bonus objective. German mechanized troops are threatening our advance near Kalinin. And I guess we'll do a feint here against these troops to reduce their defenses. I don't know. All right, I'm trying to strengthen my encirclement here. Why can't anybody attack that infantry well? I think one of them gets a... Okay. Again, this cavalry's maneuverability is so impressive. So, if I want to move my mechanized troops, where can I move them? I can't move them to the front anywhere. So I guess, or not mechanized, my motorized. So I guess we'll keep them in place there for now. Okay. All right, so we've got the German armor, the 2nd Panzer, and the 23rd Infantry Division, both completely surrounded in pretty tight, narrow pockets. We've also reached the gates of Volkswagen. These guys should be reduced next turn as well. And then the question really just becomes, can we cut the supplies to the German troops at these relevant objectives, like the Volga crossing or whatnot? But we've still got 6 turns till the Volga crossing. After this, we'll have 4, 5, 6, so 3 more turns for this objective down here. I just don't think I have this. My concern is I don't think I have the striking power to actually reduce these German formations fast enough. Okay. All right. Well, let's move forward to the next turn. I don't have any reinforcements yet, right? And the Germans get no reinforcements, so I guess that's the one piece of good news. We'll see what this armored group here does to counterattack. Does look like these German troops here have been cut off from their supply, at least temporarily. I'm not sure where it comes. Maybe it comes up this road from Volkschmov. I'm not sure. Oh, they just overran my troops near Kalinin there. They're going to destroy that armored division on that rail line. We've still got 2 more divisions here, though. Ew. They're going to unencircle themselves. All right, they're pulling their troops out here who were cut off from supplies north of Volkschmov. That's it. So let's see what the supply situation is after those pretty fierce counterattacks here. I'm not sure why they're out of supply, but I want to take advantage of some of these units being 2 turns out of supply. Let's launch a feint here. That gets them completely suppressed and still able to fight damn well. How are they at 0 to 3? Whatever. This is a scenario where I'm willing to take casualties. Nice. Level up. And destroyed that German infantry division. Alright, let's do a bombardment here on this German armor. 3 support destroyed. Just like that. Alright. Alright, so we destroyed that armored division as well. Moving west toward the objective here. Alright, 0 to 2 and an overrun. So moving behind these guys. Try to cut this forward position off from supply for now 2 turns. They could counterattack west, and they probably will. But at least in theory. So we drove them back. Which uncovers the northern position near the town. Here and take that headquarters unit. And cut these guys off now. So I think they have no rail supply into Volkschnov if we cut this section here. These guys are now, I thought they would have been, oh no, these guys are totally reduced. 0 to 2 cornered and breached. 2 to 1 because they're green and suck. And that German unit's reduced. Okay. So we're just adjacent to the Volga crossing here, and the Germans appear to have no troops in the way of that objective. So we might be able to cross next turn and take that objective. Alright, that German armor is completely suppressed, and so we're going to wipe them out now. And that German armored division is gone. Move down here to support the troops near this objective. So they could advance north here toward Torzuk. May have gotten overly eager. These guys back here and defend the city itself. See if they advance from over here on the west. Alright, so we bombarded them. Attack these guys with, oh my god, my cavalry division got wiped out. Well, we took more casualties there than I would have liked. But we'll move our pioneers up because they don't have anything better to do. And they'll finish those Germans off. So we've now driven south of Kalinin. Troops in Kiln to prevent them from taking that objective. And we're pushing troops across from Moscow to assault them directly now. Get them across the river, lads. If you don't have rifle, there will be rifle on the ground soon enough for you. One man take ammunition, the other man can take the rifle. Alright, so the enemy objective at Volgzhmov is... We're getting closer to them. It's within reach, I would say. The Kalinin headquarters is going to need to move forward to keep in contact with its own troops. Let's undo that. How do we get... See, all of it, it's got one unit over here to the east, the rest are all way over here to the west, so we'll move them like this. Good. So we'll get all these guys back in contact so we can launch bombardments and stuff. The western headquarters also needs to advance. No. Where do we do, how do we best do that? That looks good. Okay, so I think that's it for turn number 4. Let's see what turn number 5 has in store for us. This objective in the south still seems a little aspirational. Oh shit, they drove me right off the rail line. And they wiped out that armored division. If this rail line is where their supply comes from, then I'm in trouble. But they didn't attack there. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know that they're going to have the strength to counterattack me there next turn. I want some... What are these guys? These have 76 millimeters. I would love to get some pioneers down here to attack them next turn. Pioneers can move and attack. Okay. Let's reduce these guys first. I didn't get a breach? Are you kidding me? Well, that's bullshit. I used all my command points and got nothing for it. I would have sworn I was going to get a breach on that attack. I would have just been better off doing a couple of feints. So we have to take it by next turn. Alright, so we get the breach there. Hey, we took the crossing here. Ouch. So we get the breach. We're not going to take starts this turn, but we have till turn 7. So I'm kind of wondering if the supplies actually come from the west rather than this one lone rail line here. Will be suppressed, so we should be able to drive them back next turn. It's not really a question of whether we're going to win, it's just a question of whether we win on time or not. Okay, well, it's on this turn. I'm also wondering if taking the Volga crossing cuts all supplies to all German troops on the front. I mean, I don't know, but it's possible. Meanwhile, I'm glad they attacked my troops to the east rather than trying to break the rail line to the west. All that does is ensure a more speedy victory for me, I think. Ah, they went back to fortification on Storitsia. Okay, we wiped out that German armored unit. Okay, we get the 2 suppression. Attack directly here. And we've taken the objective. And we get the overrun. And wipe these Germans from the map. Nice. guys are out of supply, right? Yeah, completely. It's weird. In any event, we took that objective on time. We've taken all of the primary objectives on time. So the only question at this point really is whether we can take Storizia. Knock that German unit out. Which one is the city? Can't really tell. I'm assuming it doesn't really tell me. Is it this unit or this unit? I'm assuming it's the entrenched unit. You know, we have a whole bunch of reinforcements we can deploy now. We have to take the town by next turn, though. Okay, so actually I was wrong. It was the objective south of there. We have to take it next turn. Okay. The goal obviously has to be to get as many units adjacent to it as possible. I need to get this unit here. There we go. So now I'll have this heavy artillery unit adjacent of the primary objective next turn. And that's frankly all I really care about. We'll counterattack here to make sure they don't attack across the river and endanger my friends. Stack these troops up heading south. Get as many troops in there as we can. I'm not even going to end up using most of these troops. Oh, that is for sure. Get these pioneers down here to assist in the assault, because presumably the Germans will dig themselves in. So we'll make a move for, it says by turn 7. Does that mean it's not before turn 7? Or is it like by or on? I guess we'll find out. They're going to try and attack south. Didn't really do anything. There we go. So they dig him in. And this is the turn we have to take it by. So we'll get the assault first. Get the breach. We'll attack with our heavy mortars. Attack with our infantry. We didn't even need pioneers. We'll move down there and attack the objective. Gonna come very close to stack wiping the Germans. These troops to the west we will not stack wipe. These mechanized troops also pose a little bit of a problem. I'm just surprised at how ineffective bombardment sometimes can be. Alright, let's get some experience by wiping out these guys. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Got an armored division destroyed. Misclick. Mulligan. Anyway, victory. All right, so that's a victory in the right hook. Everything on time, and even our secondaries. The Germans may counterattack, but I don't think there's any way for them to retake any of the objectives. They just don't have the troops in position. They don't. The battle is over. Objectives completed. And we'll end the scenario. So there you go. Primary objectives taken on time. Gold star, 222 score, 28 enemy units killed, 28 prisoners. We did lose 65 units, but overall, that was a pretty efficient battle there. So as you can see here, that ends this conference. And so we'll move forward to the next conference, which I think is the last one here. We've got a lot of battles all over, it looks like. We're going to go, I'm always a fan of artillery preparation, but we're going to go with air supply for 30 prestige, recon for free, and then we'll go with one more artillery prep, I guess. And that'll leave us with 170 prestige to upgrade our headquarters. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more battles in this particular conference. Not sure. We go to north, we can see Lubin offensive, Demisk offensive, Rzhev offensive. And then in the south, we've got the Brovenko offensive and the Kursk-Orel offensive. I don't know if there's like a, because I know there's a variant where if you get certain objectives on time or extra objectives, you actually have the ability to destroy Army Group Center in 41, 42. So I guess we'll see if that ends up being something that's on the plate or on the table or not. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As a reminder, Unity of Command 2 Stalingrad has been announced, a 15 scenario historical campaign, a 9 scenario alternate history branch, looking at the German offensive in Stalingrad as well as into the Caucasus, and where you play as the Germans. So that's an interesting DLC to look forward to. This is the Moscow 41 DLC for Unity of Command 2, playing on the Soviets. And yeah, until next time, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. And this is the Historical Gamer saying, once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.